Good morning from Spain. Quiet here, and you joined me on the Camino Del Norte. If you saw my last update video, you know I had to leave the UK, so I decided to start the next adventure. You actually joined me on day 3 of this journey. I'm leaving the town of Zeratz at mile 30, taking an alternate coastal path for the next couple of miles. Yeah, so day 1, I decided not to upload for reasons I'll explain later, and partially because of the events of day 1. Day 2 didn't really get recorded. It's only a couple of days, you didn't miss much. I'll explain it later, but yep, I just left the hostel. It's around 9:30, a mile in or so. Not sure what the goal is today. There's not much camping to be had out here. Wild camping isn't really allowed, so mostly pilgrims stay in albergues or hostels and stuff. Speaking of, I finally got my pilgrim passport book. Got my first couple of stamps. That was all part of the one of the ordeals from the last couple of days. Yeah, but yeah, it's beautiful. Just walking along the ocean. Feel that cool sea breeze. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the plan is. I was checking the map. There is an albergue about 12 miles from here. That's probably going to be the minimum that I shoot for. But depending on how I feel and what time it is, there is another one about 5 minutes or 5 miles past it that one of the comments said that they might do camping. Might shoot for that. From what I've heard, usually camping is either cheaper or free depending on the place. So, but we'll see. That would be 17-mile day. And there's like 4,000 feet of descent between here and there, so I'll have to play it by ear. Yeah, Zeratz, it's kind of like a coastal beach town, kind of touristy. Yeah, it's nice. It's pretty quiet. It's relatively early in the season. It's only mid-April. A bit earlier than most people start this trail. It's usually like a summer thing, which means I'll, missing some of the crowds, which is good. Also, this particular Camino path is not as popular as like some of the other ones, which is one of the reasons why I chose it. The other, being the ocean, of course. We're not going to be literally right up on it the whole way. This might be one of the few times I get this close. And then further on, we're going to kind of head more south, deeper inland. But yeah, for now it's nice. One thing though is the weather. This is kind of a rainy month. It's been dry the last couple of days, but according to the forecast, it is expected to turn, and starting, looks like tonight, it's probably rain for the next week, which I guess I'll have to break out the rain gear. The only thing worse than hiking in the rain is hiking in the rain when it's hot. And it's been pretty warm. It's been getting up into like mid to high 70s, like out in the sun. So yeah, that's the plan. Just kind of keep walking and see what happens. So I guess now is good time as any to tell you about what happened with day 1. Basically, long story short, the reason I decided not to upload it was mainly just me complaining. It was really rough. I think I explained maybe a little bit in the update video, but to get here from Scotland, it was like 7 buses over the course of 4 days. I maybe slept 3 hours of those. I was actually having some pretty vivid visual hallucinations. The biggest nightmare was on one of the last buses. My lower body got absolutely devoured by bed bugs. Yeah, so that was fun. I've heard that they could be bad at some of the hostels along this route, but I wasn't really expecting on the bus. So when I finally got to Arun, where the trail started, I couldn't even sleep. Had to quarantine everything and go straight to the laundromat. Luckily, in the past few days, I haven't had any new bites. I'm pretty sure I got rid of them. Nasty little critters. Moving on from that, also visually, there wasn't a lot to see to kind of counterbalance like all the complaining. The trail, there's no like terminus or anything to start. You're just kind of on it when you leave the station, and it goes through downtown. And then I was just following like a dirt road for a while, some steep climbs and stuff. But yeah, for the most part, I was just in a green tunnel the whole day. And the reason I was in there for most of the day was I lost my phone. It had dropped out of my pocket at some point, and I have my backup phone, my iPhone, but it's still locked. So when I'm traveling, I still get some service on it, but it's like data throttled. It's almost like dial-up. Maps like barely even load, which is why I use my Android, which has eSIM, so I can, switch out to local ones when I travel, get much faster data. And so I was trying to use like the Find My Android version to track it down, but it was just showing me like a 5-mile radius since we had very little reception up there in those hills. So basically, spent about 3 hours backtracking back and forth. Probably added like 6 miles to my day, just looking forward. And then I used my earpods to, I would put them in and I would just continually tap play on them. And then right when I was about to give up, actually after I'd given up, but I decided to go back one more time, music started playing. It was actually Fastballs Out of My Head, which was pretty appropriate, but it was a lesson learned. So yeah, that was the big thing. That was like pretty much most of the video was me freaking out about that. And then after that was resolved, I was like too mentally and physically exhausted to take much footage after that or do any commentary. So yeah, there just wasn't too much put together, so I decided to just not upload that day. And then the second day, I'd arrived in San Sebastian the previous night and was heading out. It was a late start. My sleep cycle was all screwed up because of the buses, so I didn't get to sleep till like 2 or 3 and wasn't able to get out of there till almost 11. And I had some errands to do. I was trying to track down a pilgrim passport because I forgot to get one to start in town. And you kind of need that at the end to get like a certificate or whatever. And so I was like going to different cathedrals and stuff where the comments said you could find one, but I had no luck at the first one. But then I finally found it with a very nice receptionist at the second cathedral. And yeah, I got my first stamp. And then I got my second stamp last night in Sorts. So that is also resolved. But because I was so frazzled, completely forgot to charge both my camera and my battery bank. So by the morning, after I was out of town, they were completely dead, or the camera was completely dead, and I couldn't charge it. So I thought about just using my phone like the old days. But yeah, I didn't want to. I just wanted to take the opportunity to enjoy the trail, just one-on-one, my own thoughts. It was nice. But now I'm fully charged, got some more sleep, feeling a lot better. The real journey starts today. Okay guys, I have arrived in the town of Getaria. Apparently it's the birthplace of Juan Sebastian Elcano, who's the first person to navigate the world when he took command after Magellan was murdered. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm 3.5 miles in, it's been about an hour. Made pretty good time since it was just flat. So I'm gonna hang out, finish this Coke, and head out. Okay, now the climbs begin. I'm on this cobblestone road, heading up. So yeah, still have about, there's like 3 miles to the next town of Zumaya. It's about 14 hours, or God, I hope not, 14 miles to that albergue with the possible camp. Still on my way to Zumia. It's been some road walking after I got off of that cobblestone path. It's pretty hard to navigate. Couldn't record much. Rocks were just really slick and it rained last night. Now I'm just like on some regular gravel road. Heading through, looks like, I guess, vineyards, Spanish wine. Actually, I've not had any wine since started this trail. Alright, any alcohol. It's kind of a first. Yeah, I've just been, saving money, getting to town for the night. Have some like really cheap deli meats here. Pick up a pack of meat and a pack of cheese for like €1 each. Like a baguette. Yeah, just been having a sparse pilgrim diet. Yeah, I also broke out the hat because the sun hasn't been too bad, but just been sweating so much it helps soak it up. Yeah, it is hot, and worse, it is humid. So yeah, it's been slow going during the climbs. Oh, well, there is a toilet if I need it. Might not be the most dignified look. So I just came into this small village after cresting the hill. Not much here. There was a water fountain though, and so I camped up and refilled. I'm guessing Zumia is somewhere down there. It's like a coastal, another little coastal town. So okay, let's head on down. Okay, there's actually a little bit more climbing to do, but I think I'm cresting one of the last hills before it's like 400 feet down into the town. Yeah, apparently this is a pretty mountainous region. I think I saw at least one blog post say this was one of the more difficult Camino routes because of all the kind of ups and downs, but I think it's mostly in the beginning. Oh wow. I don't think I've ever seen a horse do that in person. It's like my brother's dog. Yeah, there's a road down there where there's actually another alternate I could have taken. I could have kept following the coast. I almost considered it. It would have saved me a few hundred feet of climbing, but yeah, I can't put off the climbs forever. I'm gonna have to keep pushing myself. Okay, so I'm at the town of Zumia, eating my own food for once. So just found this little bench in the shade. Gonna drink some water and just rest up for a bit before I head out again. Got a nice lovely view here. It's 12:15. Now it looks like that albergue I want to shoot for is about 11 miles from here. It does say 2,600 feet climb, but 11 miles, it doesn't seem too bad for 12:15. Okay, been an absolutely steep climb out of Zumia, and heading up. Yeah, no shit. Okay, still making my way up the town, but yeah, that was quite a high climb in a short span. Oh my God, I swear. It's like the roads here are required to be graded at like a 45-degree angle. Okay, it is like 3:40 something. I didn't record much on the way up this massive climb. Yeah, I'm getting pretty beat. I stopped to take a 10-minute break and barely stand up, but pushing myself forward. Deba, next town, is about 2.2 from here. Pretty close. Oh my God. It continues. Okay guys, I have made it to Deba and I ended up checking into the hostel here, and it's a really good thing I did. When I got here, it was about 4:30. I checked the website for that that albergue I was looking at in 3 miles. It was, like I said, quite a climb out of here, and I saw on the website that the check-in stopped at 7 p.m. and I wasn't confident in my ability to get there in time, and especially with that climb. I came to the albergue, checked in here, which was a very interesting process. I didn't really understand it at first. It turns out I had to go to the tourism office to actually do like the payment and get my passport stamped and everything. Which, I mean, I kind of understood that part, but I wasn't clear on the directions on how to get there. I actually went, looked around, couldn't find it, came back. But there was another guest at the hostel who volunteered to take me. It's a nice guy, Steven. He's a retiree from Melbourne, Australia. So we talked a bit about that because I lived out there years ago when I was young enough for working holiday visa. He also told me, when I told him about my original plans, he had said that his guidebook said that hostel didn't actually open until like mid-April, so that's still a few days away. So I would have gotten up there after that huge climb and probably pretty much been stuck. I would have had to like stealth camp or come another 3 miles back here. So it worked out for the best. So to wrap up, I'm off mile 45 right now. Did over 14 miles today. Ascent was 3,000, descent was about the same, and also burned 3,000 calories again. So thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're able to help support the trip further. I have a Patreon linked below. And I will catch you tomorrow when I continue my trek on the Camino del Norte. Bye forever.